Since you guys liked my last video on the Build 42 progress update, I've decided to make a full video on everything that is coming to Build 42, at least what we know so far. I will be covering 4 pillars of this build update. These pillars are the crafting expansion, the animal and hunting expansion, the map expansion, and the optimization engine upgrade. Starting with the crafting pillar, so far all we know about the Build 42 crafting is the fact that all crafting systems have been put in place and that they are starting to fill out the tech trees with recipes. They've also made it important to mention that in terms of crafting, that it is completely an optional feature on whether you decide to engage with it or not, meaning it won't have a huge impact on your playthrough if you decide not to use it. Nevertheless, they are going all out on this crafting system and making the crafting possibilities as exhausted as possible in order to try to make a more powerful crafting system that a modder will be able to work with. The developers' main focus is the fact that they want a group of players to be able to build a functioning society even if they spawn on the wilderness side of the map. They also want to make sure every aspect of the crafting system is covered in order to give multiplayer communities the opportunity to build and thrive, and provide modders with the tools to create cool and expansive tech mods, kind of like how Minecraft has. The only thing that we've seen that will be in the crafting system is the clay crafting system. We will be able to dig up clay near rivers and be able to use it to make bricks, tiles, roofing, and pottery. This includes being able to make walls out of brick, which should be a new building type. I am really hoping that brick will be stronger than wood but weaker than metal in order to bridge the gap between the two building types. That is all we know so far about the crafting update that is coming to Build 42. As for the map expansion, there's quite literally not a lot known about it other than it will be on the left side of the map farthest away from Louisville. Sadly, there just isn't enough information out on this yet since a sneak peek had just came out as of the making of this video. If you enjoyed the video so far, please subscribe for more. Next, we get to talk about the long-awaited animal and migration update that is coming to Build 42. So far, we know that deer, mice, rats, feral dogs, and cows are going to be in this update, but supposedly there's going to be more than just those few animals. Along with this, there will be new mechanics for expanding trapping and fishing. We don't know what these expansions are yet, but I'm hoping that we will know in the next few months. We also know that there's going to be animal migration that we will be able to track for our advantage. Speaking of tracking, the devs have also confirmed that there will be a new tracking skill to be integrated into hunting. So far, what we know about tracking is that there will be a special sleeping and feeding times for animals, and that they will be able to leave tracks behind for us to follow, such as broken twigs, undergrowth, and flattened plants that will indicate sleeping spots. That's all we know about the animal and hunting so far. There's definitely more to come in the next few months. As far as optimization, this is the biggest thing that the Project ZOMBOID team has been working on. For example, one of the first things that will be added to Build 42 is the fact that stairs will be able to be built in all directions. This will be a huge improvement for people who love to build big bases. The devs have also been working on performance optimization, such as increasing FPS and lowering performance penalty for zooming out farther. Another optimization the devs mentioned is the fact that Build 42 has increased the chunk height for buildings. Before, they were limited to 8-story buildings, but they were able to increase it to 32. This is really cool because this will allow map makers to make really tall buildings if they decide to. For the next optimization, the devs have been hard working on negative map coordinates. For a long time, the developers have been limited to positive X and Y directions, but they are currently working on finding a way to add negative X and Y coordinates in order for them to build northward and westward in order to open up a huge part of the map. Now, the last thing I know when it comes to optimization that they are working on for Build 42 is light propagation. They are changing how light is being calculated in order to make a more interesting and realistic propagation system. This means if you are in a room with no windows, even in broad daylight, if you close the door, you will be left in total darkness. Another example is that an exit sign will have a slight red glow in order to indicate light. This is of course if you're in a dark building. There is so much more lighting propagation that is being added, such as sunset glow going through windows and more. Now we are on to the bonus section. This is just a bunch of random information that I was able to find that is coming to Build 42, and I just had to mention because I'm trying to cover cover all bases. The first thing is that there will be additional background sounds and new mass media related items such as music CDs, VHS tapes, and home recording tapes. There will also be grunting voice lines added to your character for both female and male in order to add more realistic gameplay. That is it for the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed and that I was able to cover all bases of the update. There's so much information out there about Build 42, and it's quite possible that I missed some things, but this is just the main things that are coming to Build 42. I hope you guys enjoyed.